Chess is finally coming back to Broadway. And if you just ask yourself, what is chess? Then you're proving exactly why it's such a gamble. Hey everyone, if you're new here, my name is Katharine Quinn. I'm a 30-something living in New York and working on Broadway. I run a company called And That's Showbiz. We've got two sides of our business. On one side, we've got a marketing agency and we market Broadway shows like Maybe Happy Ending, The Great Gatsby on Broadway, The Notebook on Tour, and many, many others. And then on the platform side of things, I have a channel here on YouTube called And That's Showbiz. Make sure you check it out after this, where we do Broadway interviews and behind the scenes and game shows. And we're rolling out season 2 right now. So make sure you go over there and give it a little look. And my dog is being very cuddly right now. Okay, so let's cover the basics first. What do you need to know about chess? My goodness, I have never seen so many targeted ads ever, and I don't know, I could conjecture why I'm being fed, and me in particular is being fed so much chess content on TikTok, but it seems like they're really making an effort on TikTok, which I think is really fun and interesting. So this is starring Tveit, Nicholas Christopher, and Lea Michele. It is playing at the Imperial Theater, which is a nice big theater on Broadway. It opens November 16th. We begin previews October 15th, and even our supporting cast is full of stars. We've got Hannah Cruz, Bradley Dean, Sean Allen Krill, and Bryce Pinkham. My favorite fun fact about this is Doyle from Gilmore Girls wrote the book. Now, Danny Strong is a writer-producer of great acclaim now, but importantly in my life, it's Doyle from Gilmore Girls.
It's cold. I'm cold. You want my coat? Okay.
So this is the first Broadway revival of Chess, which is an iconic, short-lived Broadway musical about the American and Soviet conflicts at the Worldwide Chess Championship. It is a fascinating piece of theater. I've never seen a production of Chess, full disclaimer, but we've done a little research, so we're gonna talk about it. During its original run, Chess ran for 68 performances. That is not a long time. My dog. The thing that I personally find most enticing about this musical is that it's written by Benny and Bjorn of ABBA, and I love ABBA music, and I am fascinated by this. Also, people who are chess diehards are chess diehards. So I'm really, really curious about how this is going to go down. They have released a few songs on social media. They released Someone Else's Story, sung by Lea Michele in this instance.
I don't see a reason to be lonely.
And they released One Night in Bangkok.
One night in Bangkok and the world's your oyster.
So if you want to get a taste of what the music sounds like, you can go ahead and get a listen. Here's a rundown of the productions that we have had of Chess. So there was a run on the West End in 1986, 1988 Broadway. There was a US tour, first UK tour, second UK tour, 2018 West End revival, and there was also a concert here in the States that some people were really obsessed with that Danny Strong also worked on. That said, no one has ever really felt like anyone has cracked Chess. And so we are curious if Chess is currently having its Merrily moment. Merrily never worked. It ran for 16 performances in its original run. It was a huge, huge flop, and then the revival was a smash hit. So is this going to be Chess's Merrily moment? Penny, you are upstaging me. So what the hell actually is Chess? So it's a Cold War era musical about a chess championship, American chess player versus a Soviet chess player, political tensions, personal drama, a love triangle, music by Benny and Bjorn, lyrics by Tim Rice of Evita and Jesus Christ Superstar. Here's why people are confused by it. Evidently, it's not really about chess. It is described as a synth pop fever dream. It's bright, catchy 80s pop, telling the heavy Cold War story. People feel often that there's tonal whiplash between the music and the subject matter. And as one user on Reddit called it, it's a phenomenal concept album and a hot mess of a stage show. Key players: American player Freddie, played by Tveit, versus Russian player Anatoly, Nicholas Christopher. We love Nicholas Christopher. Florence, played by Lea Michele, is Freddie's second, sometimes girlfriend. I don't want to give any spoilers. We're not going to go too much further, but there is political manipulation, betrayal, loss. It's a game, And again, a common complaint is that the book has just never landed. There's never been a version where you really, really fall for any of the characters. Okay, so let's talk about the most recent US productions. So I mentioned that there was a concert that people really loved. This was a concert in 2008. It was filmed with Josh Groban and Idina Menzel. No book, just the music. And people really, really loved it. And Tim Rice said this should be the final version, but spoiler, it wasn't. Then in 2018, Danny Strong wrote an entirely new book. They tested it with a paying audience. And this is the version that is coming to Broadway with additional rewrites. But none of that cast is coming to Broadway. To be fair, it's been 7 years. So who the heck is Danny Strong, if not Doyle? Okay, so Danny Strong not a theater person, TV writer and producer, created Empire, wrote Lee Daniels' The Butler, won an Emmy for Game Change, and this is his first Broadway book. Here's what he's reportedly doing differently for my chess fans. Opens Act 1 with the US versus USSR, more Cold War politics up front, uses actual historical references, trying to ground the story in real political context. We don't yet know how much he's changed song order, which songs made the cut, how he's handling the love triangle, and whether he's actually managed to make anyone more sympathetic. Let's have a moment for the creative team. So this is directed by Michael Mayer and choreographed by Lauren Lataro. The ensemble that has been hired for this, they can dance. So I'm very, very, very excited to see that. And if we're like teasing out the idea of could this be the Merrily moment for chess, here's why it could work now. When this originally premiered in 1988, we were still really, 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 really close to the Cold War. It was still happening. It felt too immediate. We've had a little bit of distance. For better and worse, we're also kind of in another bit of a Cold War currently. We've had distance from the original one, but we also know enough to know what that experience is a little bit. I do think that we also have a different relationship to pop scores now. Even Andrew Lloyd Webber right now, even if you're saying contemporary musical theater and that sound and the bombasticness of 1980s musical theater and the synthiness of it. Jellicle Ball had its moment. Masquerade is having its moment. So it feels like we're treating it with a bit more reverence and we're not as cruel. We're always kinder to revivals. So I'm really, really curious if we're kinder to this music. And we have someone new taking on the book. That said, a lot of really smart people have tried to fix this before and they weren't necessarily able to, but they also didn't have Aaron Tveit, Nicholas Christopher, Lea Michele, Michael Mayer, Lauren Lataro, and Doyle from Gilmore Girls. So I am so intrigued about the show. It's probably the thing I'm most excited for in the fall, tied with Bat Boy. And this one, it's not actually both of those shows, it's I've never seen a production of Bat Boy. I've never seen a production of Chess, but I'm so wildly curious. I can't wait to see it. It is it's an iconic piece of theater that, previously only 68 performances of humans had experienced on Broadway, and that's about to change. And I think that's really, really, really exciting. So who should see this? Obviously, if you're a fan of Aaron Tveit, Lea Michele, Nicholas Christopher, Michael Mayer shows, if you're into a historical musical, if you're here for the drama, if you are here for the bigness of Broadway, this is probably going to deliver on that. I would love to know, are you excited about Chess? Are you planning on seeing it? Do you already have your tickets? If you've seen a preview, please let us know what you thought down in the comments. I read every single one. I try to respond to every single one. So I really, really look forward to hearing what you have to say and see what you think. If you take a second to comment, subscribe, all of those things genuinely do make a difference to me. They help the algorithm know what wonderful people to push these videos out to, people just like you. So if you found it helpful, taking a second to hit that like button is really, really appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.